What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. And make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on in the world of tech. How is everyone doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. We've got a few news stories for you and a couple of questions, so let's go. Our first story of the day has to do with the iPhone. Where is my iPhone? Where is my freaking iPhone? Here's my iPhone, right below me. They are getting a feature built into the phone software-wise that Android has had basically, I think, forever. And I never thought it would come to the iPhone, and it looks like it is. Here it is. This is the information that's coming out. It is Apple will finally allow for sideloading apps in iOS 17 to comply with EU regulations. EU is the European Union. This will allow users to download apps outside of the App Store and allow developers to avoid the 15 to 30% fees. This is humongous. This is huge. This means that if there's a certain app you want to download that's not in the App Store, you'll now be able to sideload it once iOS 17 launches. And this is good in a lot of reasons. You think about, for instance, just think about the Fortnite game. Fortnite got basically kicked out of the App Store because they were going around Apple's backs and trying to not have to pay the fee that when people buy V-Bucks, that Apple would get a piece of that when they buy it through the App Store. And then you think about, any kind of app, have it be a messaging app or an app that maybe customizes something on your phone, you'll now be able to download and sideload those apps. This is awesome news. Very excited about this. You can also look at it on the other side, saying that people that don't know what they're doing could potentially get viruses or malware or things like that. Completely true. But at the same time, it's probably going to be turned off by default, and you're going to have to really know what you're doing in order to turn it on and where to find those apps as well. So it's not going to be as easy as just being like, oh, I just randomly installed some app. There's going to be a security feature blocking you from just doing it accidentally. So I'm all for it. What do you guys think? Next up, as you can see from this headline, Pixel will have 8 gigabytes of RAM, 4 colors, and this included dock. That's right, the Pixel tablet, which should be out in June. We don't know a price just yet, but it's going to come in 4 colors, and those colors will be green, black, beige, and black. 8 gigs of RAM, like I mentioned. It should come with 128 to 256 gigs of storage. The dock will be included with it, and that dock will allow for better sound. It will allow for you to charge the tablet that way. It will allow for it to stand up. It's kind of an interesting take on a tablet because it's more or less it's competing against their Google Hub Max in a way. It probably will be, I guess it might not be more expensive, but it'll be either equal in price or maybe a little bit more expensive than their Hub Max. And then also you can pull it off that and just use it as a plain old regular tablet. So kind of interesting stuff. It will not come with a USB-C charger at all. You'll have to use one that you already have if you need one. Next up, we kind of talked about this, the S24, 24 Plus, and 24 Ultra getting RAM upgrades, and it looks like that rumor of it happening is actually getting stronger and stronger and stronger and will happen. Here's the information from Revenga saying that the 24 and 24 Plus will come with 12 gigabytes of RAM by default, and the 24 Ultra will come with 16 gigs of RAM by default. So if you want the if you're looking for that upgrade in terms of performance and being able to run more apps more smoothly and have better performance on the phone, it looks like the 24 series across the board will be giving you that. Your question of the day is, do you sideload apps on your Android phone ever? I do once in a while. I don't do it all the time. And the ones I do, it's usually the same app that I do, and I usually do it again because it's not sideloaded onto that new phone. And that's usually when I do it. But let me know if you guys do it or not. Without further ado, let's jump into our Q&A. First question from Shinobi. What's interesting is, had this issue with my flip phone, because he's talking about the newest video I released earlier today about my Galaxy Z Fold 4 having hinge failure. I remember oftentimes when the hinge has issues, the screen tends to get issues. Interesting. We will still see that today, decades later. Either way, glad you got the Fold. Question, after your time with the 23 Ultra and away from the Fold, now that you got the Fold back, which one do you prefer more for your daily driver? Well, I have already switched back. My SIM card is back in the Z Fold 4 phone. But I will admit, the 23 Ultra made it hard to go back. The better performance and smoothness to the phone in general, and the much better battery life were huge things to make me want to stay. But that smaller screen really plays a difference, and it's just, you can't compete with the Z Fold 4 with that. And our last question from Frick. Greg, do you know the IP rating for the Pixel Fold? We don't know yet. I haven't seen anything about it. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be IP67 on there. Well, maybe not. Maybe it'll just be water resistance. I feel like they're gonna go all the way though. I think they're gonna go IP67, that's my guess. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have a question, leave it in the comments down below with the hashtag question, and we will see you down the road. Peace.